Hello everyone and welcome back to ModLife 4 episode number 10. We've finally made it. Episode number 10. Sorry it took so long. I apologize it took us a while to get here, but hopefully you guys are sticking with me, and it might be a nice long running series, I hope, and maybe you guys will stick around with me and not finish the pack and get bored of it and all that stuff and want to keep watching, and maybe you can use ideas in other packs or something. I don't know. I'm ranting. I'm rambling on and such. Anyways, so with that being said, last episode we made this wonderful minecart contraption, a 5x5 drill bore to get us a whole ton of wonderful resources, and we can even place it out here. We don't have to place it down below ground down below ground and all that. We can literally place it right up here. Just like so. It's just going to sit there, and then if we need to empty it out, we can do so. We just go ahead and do what we did in the last episode and place that down. Let's go ahead and set that sorter up so it can go ahead and start getting rid of some of those very specific things that we have it set up to do already. And this makes it a little bit easier for us to... That's what I thought. Alright, well anyways, while that's finishing up, let's go ahead and put away this pearl that we seemingly got. That's wonderful. We'll need that eventually anyways. Oh, could have captured him too. Put him in a lasso. That would have been great. So now this thing should be all nice and clean, and this is a way for us to go ahead and pull all of our resources up from the ground and go ahead and transfer it to our actual storage. Now, on that topic, we are having a little bit of a problem today. And that would be, oh, hold on, let me do something real quick. This is a nice picture. Right there, huh? Boop. Nice. Some of you guys will know what that's actually for when you get to this. Anyways, so this is a problem we are currently running into, and that is inventory space. Now, we are doing okay on iron, and yes, we can upgrade these 3 barrels here. Unfortunately, this one cannot be upgraded unless, space-wise, that is, unless we wanted to give it, you know, a crystal or obsidian feel, which are pretty much more either aesthetic or has a use, but it doesn't really increase the size, unfortunately. So we need to work on storage. So with that, I think today it's time for us to jump in, and we're going to start up, instead of getting into something late game, I added this particular mod in because I wanted to play with it early game, and that's Simple Storage Network. I absolutely adore and love Simple Storage Network. I don't know if everyone else feels the same. Totally understand if you don't. I get it. Not for everybody, but I love it. In fact, I would almost go as far as to say that if there were a little bit later game things for Simple Storage Network, to where, you know, it wasn't just felt like it was meant to be for like early game, I would probably just use this like for the entirety of my playthroughs. Like, because refined storage eventually and other mods like applied energistics, you have like auto crafting, which this does have, but like it's just, I think it's made to do basic things in simple storage, not necessarily very complex things. Oh, this is looking good. Look at all of that gunpowder. So as you can tell, we got plenty of food. I am going to be cooking actual meals soon, I promise. I've literally just been eating steak and mutton and stuff, and I apologize, but yeah, I will be making actual food, I swear, soon at some point. There's also the everlasting beef we got from the cow, which if you don't know about that, you cook it, and then this thing just never goes away. It basically has a cooldown on it, though, so after you get done eating it, it does have a little bit of cooldown. You just can't eat it right away. In fact, I don't know why I haven't just cooked it up already anyways. Boop. I mean, you just put it in the smoker, it just works that quick. I mean, I can just leave it. I actually like the way it looks. I like that little gold around it. One of my favorite things is to make a purple item frame and put it inside that gold with the purple behind it. It looks so good. Anyways, so I gotta explain. So Simple Storage Network is gonna help us solve some of our storage needs. First things we're gonna need is a storage network root. We'll use only one per network. All right, well, let's go ahead and type in @simple to go and see what else we have from this particular mod. This mod being made by Lothrazar. They also the same person that makes Cyclic. There's also Simple Sponge, so don't worry about that. That's just the Simple Sponge mod. I added it in for people that want to do underwater stuff. Also, I was a little disappointed by this mod. I'm just going to throw that out there. I didn't realize how much durability these things actually ended up taking, and these actually ended up breaking. I thought it was going to be like the ones from Open Blocks where you could just place it down, pick it back up, place it down, pick it back up. I know you can do it with the vanilla sponge, or whatever that is, wet sponge, or whatever it is, dry it out and all that stuff. But I was just trying to make it easier. Anyways, moving on. Moving on. So the next thing we're going to want is this guy. Wait, where is it? Wait a minute. Lothrazar, what are you doing? Is there not... Insert items, wait, did he change how this works? Inventory access without a crafting grid. Wait, what do you mean without a crafting... Oh, it's a request table. Okay. I was getting worried. Alright, so it looks like we need the storage inventory first, so we'll need a few things here. Let's go ahead and make a dropper. Let's grab ourselves a little bit of cobblestone out. We'll just grab a nice little stack. We have plenty chilling in there. So there we go. Bam. We got ourselves a storage inventory. And then next up, we're going to want to make this guy. So we're going to need a few crafting tables. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of wood out of our chest here. Think. So there's our 4 tables. We already had one on us, so that's why. So there we are. We had ourselves a storage request table. We're going to do a very simple setup here in just a minute and show you guys exactly how this actually works. And you might actually need to pick this up and move things around a little bit, but yeah. We're just going to kind of set it up in here. Then we're going to take this to the next level. We're going to try to see if we can get this thing to work with a different mod to make things a little bit more compact. That's my plan. That's my hope, actually. Let's see. So we got the network interface. Let's see, enters. There's some item. I don't think I've seen those yet. I don't think I've messed around with them this far. So we need these as well. Link cables used to connect inventory to the network. So you will need, for this to work, these particular items and an inventory that you're able to connect to. So in our case, it's going to be these barrels, depending on which mod they're from. You can pretty much use any type of inventory. This is more than what we needed, but, you know, it's fine. Not a big deal. Probably end up using all of them. Another thing I've noticed with these from Simple Storage Network, you need to make sure that it only touches one. In fact, it looks like he's made it and coded it in such a way now that it will only affect one. So keep that in mind. In the time that we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and grab another chest. So that way I can place this one down over here. I'm not going to access all of our inventories. I'm just going to go ahead and pick this one up in particular real quick, just so that I can show you guys very easily and quickly how this is basically done. Now, we could have done this a while ago, to be fair, and I normally don't rush to these things. You can if you want to, 100%. In fact, play how you want. Okay, that's what I want to see, is you all to be able to play the pack or whatever it is the way that you want to play it. That's the whole purpose. So here's what I'm going to do, just to kind of make this go a little bit faster, and so I can get a lot easier way of showing you. We're going to go and get all of this, and then we're going to pick this guy up. So these are going to be the inventories that I want to access, for instance. We're going to go ahead and put another link cable on top of that. So now we have these 4 hooked up to these barrels. We have 1 barrel from compact storage and 1 barrel from metal barrels. Now this will work on chests as well. Like I said, just remember, it's only going to connect to 1 inventory at a time. So be very cautious on how you have your inventories laid out. Next up, we're going to go with our storage network route. Now, as long as everything's kind of connected up together, I think you're going to be okay. So I'm just going to put this guy down and then this on top. Let's go ahead and right click, and well, check that out. We're going to go ahead and click this sort direction, and we're going to sort by amount. So there we go. That's the way I like to have it. I like to have the most items at the top. So we'll see that we have access now to literally everything in all of these chests. So we got the dirt there from this particular chest here. We got the bows from that chest. We got wood and all of our other wooden items from there, and all of our good items from our diamond chest. So everything's all hooked up nice and easy. That's how simple it is. You can have all of this hidden away in some other place, and you can even end up placing these items back in if you don't need them. Just shift click them in. The downside is it probably won't keep it very organized. I don't know if he has a thing set up now for this or not. I don't think so. But just make sure you have a lot of these chests and a lot of barrels or something, a big storage, and you honestly, it doesn't really matter if it's organized or not, right? Unless you're that kind of person, you really like that. Totally understand. I could kind of maybe get behind that. But regardless, as long as you have this, everything's kind of organized, right? And this is what we're going to be utilizing. So from here, let's go ahead and go back to add simple. Also, if we click this button right here, I search it. Wait a minute. Is that broken? Oh, wait, no, you're supposed to do it from here, right? At simple. There you go. So now we have access to that. Now we got the storage remote, which he's also made these into charms, by the way, which I've not actually tried at all. I did not know this was a thing, but I usually like to have mine on my hotbar anyways. That's what I'm used to. But if you want to use it as a charm, go for it. There's probably a keybind that you can set up to actually have this work, but use on a network route for remote inventory access. Now we're going to need another one of these guys here. Looks like we're going to need a few more blocks of quartz. So let's go ahead and make 4 of those. Click those back in. Make another one of these storage network routes, and then we should be able to just click everything in and make ourselves a storage remote. Now, with that being said, once I break this block and we move this eventually, it's not going to be working anymore. But I think that worked. Just right click on your storage network route, and a little right click with this will now give you access to your inventory. Note, no crafting. I am going to sleep though. And grab something to drink. Okay, so we have the wonderful remote. Can we upgrade it? I think we can. Let me not push the Windows key. Type in simple yet again. So we got the crafting remote. Use on the network route for remote inventory access. Unfortunately, actually, we might be able to make this. Actually, we might just be able to make this. The sea lanterns we can actually get fairly easily. Oh, this requires a straight up just... oh, I thought that was going to use the other. I think we're going to try for it because I do like this. I like being able to craft on the go. Now, necessarily, I understand if not everyone cares for that. Totally get it. All right, I don't have any of those, but I think I know where a mine shaft is underwater that we can actually utilize for that. All right, so we could run this through. I'm not going to worry about it because I have access to a blaze spawner now, so I'm not going to worry too much about grinding this up in the wheel to get more blaze powder. Not a big deal for me right now. If you want to, totally understand. For time's sake, I'm not going to. So that's just kind of my whole reasoning there. So let's go ahead and make that guy. And then we're pretty much ready to go besides this guy. And we just need to go find a few of those. Now, I think we should be able to find that fairly easily. I'm going to go ahead and grab my diving gear. We're going to take off our boots here. And we're going to put that on. I believe there's a mine shaft fairly close. I think it's off in that direction over there. Let's actually head down into our sea moth where we should have full power. Make use of our wonderful moon bay here in our door. That merpig's been stuck in here for a while, by the way. So this thing is fully charged and ready to go. We're going to go ahead and make our way out to the deep, deep ocean. Also, if you're out here, you have your pistol. Make sure you leave it in your hand because if you run into anything, you can indeed shoot things. Also, if you find an excess amount of merpig spawning, as I run into an excessive amount of merpig spawning. I did turn that down. As to why they're doing it after I turned it down, I have not a clue. Might be something with that mod. I don't know if it's a big deal. I don't know if it's going to be a problem, but I am only seeing it in certain spots, and I do still see other mobs spawning. So, as long as other mobs are spawning, I'm okay with it. If you need to go on a murder fest and get you a lot of pork chop, I totally understand. It is a very good way for you to get some pork chops, or in our in the live stream, we like to call sea chops. Go for it. Definitely a good way of doing it. Alright, so now we just gotta find this underwater mine shaft. It was kind of close to where this potential new base area was. I think it's kind of off this way. Also, here's the weird land generation I was telling you about that we gotta be careful about when I updated Endless Oceans. Probably was gonna happen with Recurrent Complex as well. So just keep that in mind. But we need to find things like this over here. Let's make sure we have our silk touch out as well. So if you haven't got one, maybe try to find one. But here's, for instance, one sea lantern. We need a few more. Just gotta find the wonderfulness that would be a mine shaft. If you do, try to look around in it, because there are chests, and some of those chests will possibly have... Oh, here we go. This is the one. We'll have some, hopefully somewhat decent loot in there for you. And a few of these, I think, have been looted already. But here are our 4 that we need, so let's go and head back home. So yeah, if you're not really great at dealing with the sea creatures in this, definitely making a gun does help. Now those are not really harmful, that I just kind of wanted to do it. Just to show you guys. Anyways, there's that, and then the sea serpents. The sea serpents are fairly rough, so just keep that in mind. But while you're in this, you should be okay, except against maybe drowned, getting up on you like real close. That is the only thing I would recommend watching out for. Besides that, you should be all right inside of the sea boss, if you have one. If not, run away from everything else. But having a gun definitely does help underwater. It is useful. Is it realistic? No. Is it fun? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I also made a minigun and enchanted it, which is pretty cool. Not gonna lie. It's not the best enchant, but it's interesting nonetheless. So, anyways, back home. Little merpig's still sitting there. Let's go ahead and get our... We need to set up the charging station for this as well, so we can pull the battery out easy and pop it in while we're out and away. Let's go ahead and get the door closed. So we did make this because of sea serpents or other mobs actually attacking that. So you do have to be careful with that. So anyways, now we have access. Also, I don't know how far this works. Is this just infinite? I think he made it to where it was just infinite, didn't he? Because there was another version that made you, or allowed you to go a little bit further. Ooh, a kraken tooth. We got kraken teeth. But here we go. We got the crafting remote now, so not a problem. Did he make this one a bauble as well, or... Let's check. I don't know which slot. It goes in the charm slot. I don't know which one the charm slot is. Head. Oh. By the way, this broken heart's come in handy for me. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Oh, there's charm. It's down here at the bottom. Does this one work in the charm slot? No. Okay, so only this one works in the charm slot. But just to let you guys know. So there you go. So now we got access to the crafting remote, which is wonderful. We can actually now craft in our hand anywhere, I think, as long as we're in the same dimension. Sort by mount. There we go. That's the way I like it. Let's go a distance away and kind of see. I think the best way for me to really kind of get around anywhere is maybe just maybe swim a little bit. So let's see real quick. We'll keep our gun in our hand just in case. I like the color. The pink with the glowy bit on there is kind of nice. Alright, so this is a nice little distance away. Probably a couple hundred blocks at least-ish. Alright, it still works. Alright, last test I want to see, because it doesn't really say. There was one that allowed it to work anywhere before in previous versions, allowing you to go into, say for instance, the nether or the end and still be able to have access to your stuff if it was like chunk loaded and all that good stuff. I believe this one will not, but we're going to run into the mining dimension real quick and just kind of double check that theory. So let's find out. Oh. Well then. Also, that's Spawn Island, so Spawn should be chunk loaded. That's interesting. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I'm glad that's nice. That's wonderful. I like that a lot, actually. That might fit and help my other plan that I was actually just having. So, we have storage. We have a good way of doing everything. We have everything set up. It's super, well, simple, and I love it. There's other ways you can do some other stuff like filtered link cables, import cables, export cables, so you can kind of set up a little bit of automation, which we will be doing, just not yet. And there's even stack and speed upgrades to kind of help you along a little bit as well for these particular cables up here. What I want to do first, I want to check, is instead, we got these wonderful compact chests. I wanted to make this a little bit more compact. And the way I was thinking about doing that as well, with compact machines. So let's go and see what we need in order to do this. Now, there was an older crafting mechanic with this, and unfortunately it doesn't seem to be in this particular version. It might be in the future, I don't know, but for now, we're just gonna go ahead and make use of the easy crafting recipe to make some of these compact machine walls, which actually, now that I think about it, these would look pretty good for building the base out of. Like a part of it. I wanted an accent color to kind of go with the white, kind of like in between areas, like say for instance here. That actually would fit pretty well. Might actually have to do that. All right, cool. You live and learn, right? Very nice. All right, so anyways, you got these machine walls. Let's not go too crazy, but I guess honestly, I mean, this is what? A large giant. This just takes a diamond block. This just takes a piece of obsidian. The maximum is an emerald. Listen, I got an emerald block for you. There you go. Go ahead and make a maximum size one. See how easy that was? It's gorgeous. All right, there is one other thing we are going to need. One of my favorite mods here, compact machines, allows you to do so much wonderful things in such a small area. So we're going to make a little bit more blaze powder because we're going to need the portable shrinking device. So we will need 2 eyes of ender for this. Thankfully, we have killed endermen and some blaze to get things we need for that. We will need a glass pane. Looks like we need pretty much just that. Thought maybe I had some. Okay, can we... Okay, you know what? Just... I'll do it myself. There we go. Sorry for the silence. Okay. Alright. Hold on. Is this a special pane you need? I'm gonna have one in my inventory just in case. I don't know. Connecting glass pane? Is that... What is that from? Connected glass? I think that is a mod I have in here. Might just need... Regular? Yeah, regular glass pane works. Okay, so I just wanted to check and make sure. Anyways, so let me show you guys and check this out. Let's go and sleep real quick, though. We also need to take our armor off. I don't like this taking damage, so let's go ahead and yeet this back into the chest, put our other boots back on, as we shouldn't need this anymore. I should have checked to see if the other remote worked in the other dimension. Also, free food, eternal steak. So there's the cooldown. You can see it now going over the steak, slowly ticking downwards. So I was thinking we might go ahead and put our stuff in there. Now, hopefully this doesn't crash. Very nice. And there we go. There's our maximum sized compact machine where I think we're going to go ahead and put all of our storage inside of. We're going to see if it works. So I think it will. And I think it'll stay chunk loaded. I'm not entirely sure, but I think we have a chunk loader. I'm pretty sure I might have put a chunk loader in here. Anyways, so right clicking on the block will go ahead and put you inside of the block. Right clicking anywhere inside of it will take you back out. So now all we have to do is utilize this, because we can actually pick this up and move anything that we put inside of it anywhere we go. So we'll always have access to it. We can now take all of this and place it inside of this. Now in doing so, it's going to be a little bit of a pain, but let's go ahead and see if I can get one little thing going to see if it'll make this a little bit easier on us. I'm going to try to make us a barrel real quick. Do I have the stuff to make a pink one? We do. Because pink is nice. Could have made a diamond one as well. Probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Let's see if we can quickly upgrade a barrel here to diamond. Wait a minute, gold, diamond? Wait, what's going on here? Oh, you just need one. What was the other one? Silver? Oh, that's probably what it was. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a few things. We're going to need probably a couple cables. Not sure, simple. What are they called? Did I use them all up or are they in my inventory? I think I used them all up. Link cables will probably need to be a thing. Let's go ahead and make a few of those. We need a network cable. What I want to see is if this will work through the walls of this. I don't know if it will, but we're going to find out. And then we're going to go to compact storage and we're going to do item tunnel is what we're going to need. Oh, can I not craft these? Oh, this isn't going to work. If I want to put items through there, that is, it's not going to work. Okay, well, that's okay. That's all right. What we can still do is we can go ahead and pick these up. All right. We're going to pick up one of those, which we didn't really need to do anyways. But I just want to see if we can go ahead and put a barrel down in here, for instance. We're going to go ahead and hook it up with a link right there. We're going to make a very basic system real fast just by putting that down. And we don't really need this one, but you know. So we'll just go ahead and throw in some items. We'll just say, for instance, some cobble so we know it's working. It is. We'll right click on this. We know that's working. Let's leave this and then use this. Well then, I think we just found a good way to set up our storage. The downside of this is automation. I was hoping the item tunnels would work. Fortunately, it doesn't look, I didn't actually check. But it's a good way for us to put all of our stuff in our storage. And we don't have to look at it. And it's all comprised into one block space, which is great, right? So we'll be able to move all of this, which I'll do, and I'll make a nicer little storage area setup built inside of here, kind of like a little crafty container. And we'll just set up our storage / crafting stuff in here. We could even set up processing in here, to be honest with you. There's enough space to do just processing in here as well. I think that would be a pretty okay idea once we get to the next stage, which I think we're about at the next stage. We've been using the grinder for a while, and I think the next thing I do want to do is maybe go and get into some actual tech. I say actual tech, but you know what I mean, like say for instance mechanism or thermal to start processing up some of our ores so we can kind of guarantee the double instead of the maybe get double from that. But I like it, and it's fun, and it's aesthetically pleasing and all of that good stuff. So unfortunately with the item tunnels not working, I don't want to spawn one in just to see if it works. Either that or the recipe's just not showing up. I'm not entirely sure. But the fact that we can still access the inventory from in here and still placing items inside and it working says a lot, in my opinion. And just kind of clicking out, making sure, going back in, and seeing all the items inside of the chest. So I think we're pretty much good to go. So now we have access to a storage system. It's in a very, by the way, safe spot. So this is also another good reason of doing it this way. So if you're worried about a creeper coming up or something of that nature, having this inside of there is not a bad idea. Plus, if this block ever gets blown up, you can always just use this to access your stuff. It's never going to go away. That's always going to be there. And I think you can remake this. I think the next one you make is... I wonder how you do that, actually. Now that I think about it, I'm actually curious. I think you can make a backup. I think if you make another one of these and you right-click on it with it, I think it makes a backup. Regardless... that does bring up a good point. I'll have to play around with it. I'll have to mess around with that idea. I don't know if I really want to make another... You know what? We have the stuff. Science. Science time. That's not where that needs to be. It's time for science, man. Alright, we're going to make another compact machine. Now, if we do that real quick and we pick this one up, right? So even though that's picked up and it's in my hand, if we... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so that's a little different than I remember. I thought that meant that was still going to work. Interesting. Hold on. Place it in a different spot. Okay, so it only works if it's placed down in the world. Very interesting. Anyways. Okay, my mouse is doing that thing again where it's... I might have to get a new one. So anyways, hovering over it, it says machine ID 1. Let's see first if it's a crafting thing. It is not. We're going to place down that, and then we're going to right-click this. Shift right-click it. Huh. Can you not duplicate them in this version? I thought there was a way to copy them, so that way you can have multiples. Maybe not. Why is my U not... Oh, probably because there's nothing you can use. Okay. Anyways, so... Not quite fleshed out yet. It's apparently still being worked on. I am a little curious, though. Okay. Yeah, well. You live and learn. But it's okay. So, I think we're still going to end up using this. Unfortunately, it didn't quite go the way I wanted it to, but I think it's a good idea, and I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna work on it during the week and see how it goes. Holy cow, look at all that gunpowder. That is gonna be a lot of bullets. I can't wait. Oh, that minigun is gonna be awesome. Actually, let me go and show you guys the minigun. It's not really enchanted at the moment, and we could go ahead and get some enchants, actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some iron. Make some more bullets. This takes basic bullets, by the way, so we're just going to make a little bit of those, and we're going to go enchant this thing. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Make a bunch of bullets. That way I have plenty. All right, let's enchant, shall we? Should have some lapis laying around. Actually, we have plenty of gunpowder. I love it. All right, let's pump it in. Let's see what we got. Reclaimed 2. So if we go ahead and take a look at Cray. Went over this in the last episode. That is reclaimed. Reclaimed. Creatures creates a chance that a bullet won't be consumed upon firing a weapon. If I don't like it, I can always take it off. Overcapacity 3, Accelerator 2, and Reclaim 2. I think that's a pretty good enchant for this because Accelerator actually increases, I think, the speed of the gun, and overcapacity, obviously, we're going to be able to hold more. The speed of fired projectiles causing them to do more damage. Oh. Sadly, we didn't get the ability to reload this faster. Sadly. But we should be able to check to see how much damage we can actually do. How much can this hold? 250 bullets. Holy. Whoa. Let's go to the nether real quick. I think it's a good place to actually... Unfortunately, this isn't like the old version, but that's okay. Let's see. We have the boots on, right? Yeah. Come on. Come on. I hear pigment. That's what I'm going after, by the way. Yep, all of them up there. You see those hellhounds? Oh, that's great. So yeah. Not the best thing in the world, but it's kind of nice. I like it. So the projectile speed is a little bit faster, it feels like. This was an old portal, by the way, I set up. I was testing out another mod, but I knew it was not going to be in the pack because basically... I know it doesn't work on them, but I want to check. I wanted to check to see if immersive portals would work. And yeah, it did, but it kind of messed up and did some weird stuff. So not going to be putting it in. If you want to add it in, you can, but I am not going to be adding it in. Anyways, so guys, I need to wrap up here for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode, and maybe you as well will get some nice storage mediums set up for you if you have not already. And I'm going to work on mine a little bit until then. So thank you guys again for watching, and hopefully we'll see you guys back in the next episode. Until then, goodbye.